Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning and welcome to the CBT News Daily Newscast. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for joining us today. Here with today's top automotive headlines is Chris Riggins.
Thanks, Shyann. On today's show, we're joined by Jen Suzuki, sales trainer and the president of eDealer Solutions. But first, on December 11th, the United Auto Workers Union filed unfair labor practice charges against Hyundai, Honda, and Volkswagen with the National Labor Relations Board. The charges accuse the automakers of unlawfully interfering with organizing workers. These allegations also follow the UAW's announcement that it began a historic drive to organize 13 non-union automakers in the U.S. after negotiating record contracts with the Detroit Three. Ford plans to reduce the production of its all-electric F-150 Lightning pickup by almost half next year. The automaker has informed its dealers that the new production plan will result in an average of 1,600 F-150 Lightnings per week, down from the original 3,200, to be manufactured at Ford's Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, Michigan. Ford executives recently stated the company will match production to its demand as it aims to delay the $12 billion in planned EV investments. Jim Koons Automotive, the nation's 9th largest privately held dealership group, was recently acquired by Asbury Automotive Group, one of the U.S.'s largest automotive retail and servicing companies. The acquisition consists of 6 collision centers, 20 dealerships, and 29 franchises, in addition to one of the busiest Toyota dealerships in the country. Along with vehicle inventory, parts inventory, and dealership fixed assets, the roughly $1.2 billion acquisition price includes $740 million in goodwill and $420 million in real estate and leasehold improvements. The deal is projected to boost annualized revenues by approximately $3 billion. Palmiro Toyota went the extra mile during its 14th annual Give Back program by setting up an assembly line of kindness that distributed $65,125 to 48 local nonprofits. Every year from early November to the Saturday before Giving Tuesday, the Palmiro dealership doubles as a polling center for an election in which all candidates are local nonprofits. Following the organization's registration, the public can visit Palmiro to vote for their preferred charities. Due to the $10,000 in matching funds from Toyota, the tightly packed finishers, along with French Creek Recreational Trails, Palmiro's chosen nonprofit, each received $5,000. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Jen Suzuki, sales trainer and the president of eDealer Solutions, to discuss the challenges faced by the retail automotive landscape in 2023. We'll be right back.
Well, if you're not already subscribed to CBT News, now is the perfect time to do it. For over a decade, CBT has brought you exclusive and in-depth interviews with dealer principals, OEM executives, industry analysts, and top-level sales and management trainers. Join the thousands of automotive professionals that rely on CBT News for the insights that drive profits and maximize the bottom line. Subscribe today.
It has been a very unique year out there, to say the least. We're seeing inventory levels coming back up and gross profits maybe dropping a little bit because of that.
That's right.
But looking back at the past year, what were the most significant trends or changes that you observed in the automotive sales industry?
Well, and just kind of targeting what you just said with inventory, coming up and rising, and then we have a lot more competition amongst, dealers, customers. They want information. They want numbers. It used to be, how much over MSRP. Now it's under MSRP. The thing is that, you got to be able to respond to people very, very quickly and confidently. And so because things keep changing, like you remember, again, it was the MSRP thing over. They were asking how much over. Do you have an addendum? What's the rate? People were concerned about the rate this year. They were concerned about their payments. Of course, if you were moving from 2020 to a 2023-24, your payment doubled, things like this. So consumers were really, concerned about that. Then it was, how much you're going to give me for my trade, where we're at right now. And you've got customers who are contacting your store and they want this information, and it's do or die. It's a make or break situation. So my advice is, to respond quickly and confidently. So know what's happening right now and how are you going to respond when people ask you, what are you discounting? I want to OTD. I need to have these snapbacks ready to go.
That's right. That's right. Can you share some successful sales strategies or techniques that emerged as particularly in terms of effective in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, things that I'm seeing. Okay, so I wouldn't even say it's new stuff. It's like it's time to get on board stuff.
That's right. Let's get back to basics here.
It's true because, look, a lot of people didn't know their product this year, and they realized we needed. Before a year ago, we didn't even demo. There was no walkarounds. And so I think people need to dial into the sales process again. And we started talking about this, earlier in the year. It's time to get back to the basics, stuff like this. And I tell you, video is something that I use in my classes. Video is something that works. It's a personalized sales approach, and frankly, that would be what I would say is focus on your video. A lot of people don't like video. They're not comfortable with it, but you got to get comfortable with it now.
Agree.
So even if you're just starting with 1 or 2 or 3 basic ones, this is how you humanize yourself. This is how you let people put you together and decide who they're going to work with. Because the fact is, there's a ton of competition. It's a street fight again.
Well, that does it for our show today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on CBTnews.com. Stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone, and on behalf of all of us at CBT News, thanks for watching and see you next time.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.